Wonders shall never end. There is nothing we are not going to hear or see in this country. Everything is upside down. Everything goes. Orji Kalu, herbalist friendly VIP, wants to remain senator from jail. If the Herbalist Association of Nigeria, HAN, were a more organized body, it should have sent a delegation to Senator Orji Kalu, who from his incarceration in Kuje Correction Center, new name for our prisons, has done more for the association than anyone in living memory. Orji has told us that he is ailing. The very important prisoner's VIP is seeking bail on medical grounds. Orji's case is shaking the frontiers of our justice system. Lawyers will learn by 23 December whether a convict can be granted bail on medical grounds. Orji is not yet done with the system. He believes his legislative skills would be missed in the Senate. He calls it national service. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, argued that Orji should use the medical facilities in Kuje, the same that are available to other inmates. The suggestion is completely beneath Orji. How can he use facilities for ordinary prisoners? He is a VIP in every circumstance. Very important prisoner now. Very important personality in other circumstances. Orji will go down in our history as the first prisoner of any status to ask for a herbalist as his preferred medical care provider. If you thought that the herbalists were for more uncanny practices like cooking up concoctions for decidedly harmful purposes, perish the thought. Nollywood has done a lot in promoting the nefarious sides of herbalists that many forget that they are healers, whatever they heal. In any case, Kalu remains a patriot. He did not ask to be treated abroad. As a serving senator, Nigeria would have paid for his medical expenses abroad, maybe if the herbalist fails. Another appeal may be necessary to ask for a medical trip abroad. Lateef Fagbemi, his lawyer, seeks Kalu's release from prison pending the outcome of his bail appeal. Kalu, senator for RBAL1ST, was sentenced to 12 years in jail on 5th of December for over 7.6 billion naira fraud. Fagbemi, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, has penned 23 grounds supported by a 38-paragraph affidavit for Kalu's bail. He filed another 34-paragraph affidavit with one exhibit attached in response to the prosecution. He also used a notice of appeal against Kalu's conviction based on Section 241 of the Constitution in urging the court to grant the bail. If there is a right of appeal, then there is a corresponding right of bail pending appeal, he said. Anchoring the powers of the court to hear the application on Section 6 of the Constitution, Kalu wants to attend to his health and return to the National Assembly to continue legislating for Nigerians. Like, seriously? EFCC counsel Rotimi Jacobs opposed the bail application. Although bail is generally a right of an accused as guaranteed by the Constitution, it is not a right available to a convict because the presumption of innocence had crystallized into guilt and conviction, said Jacobs, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN. He says he needs his herbalist to treat him, but he has not said that his herbalist came to the prison and was not allowed to see him. In one breath, the applicant is saying that he wants to be released on health grounds, while in another breath, he is saying that as a senator, he needs to be released on bail so as to carry out his official functions, he said. EFCC had, on 31st of October 2016, preferred a 34-count charge bordering on 3.2 billion naira fraud against the convicts. The charge was, however, on 16th of July 2018 amended and increased to 39 counts with the sum increase of 77.2 billion naira. EFCC had charged Kalu with utilizing Slug Nigeria Limited to retain 200 million naira in the First Inland Bank, now FCMB. The convicts diverted cumulatively over 7.2 billion naira from the Abia State Treasury during Kalu's tenure as the governor, in contravention of Section 15, 6, 16, and 21 of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act 2005, Money Laundering Act of 1995 as amended by Act number 5 of 2002, and Section 477 of the Criminal Code of Act of 1990. The charges read. From the filings in court, herbalists would get more free mentions in the course of the hearing since they are an intent item in the appeal. The herbalists may even testify in court. It is another Kalu contribution to the development of native or traditional medicine, which leaves little wonder about the state of health services in Abia State in his 8 years as governor. Kalu regularly traveled abroad for medical care. We never knew that his healer was in Nigeria, a herbalist. So what did he do during at least 4 medical trips in the course of the trials, June 2018 and November 2018? So guys, that is the latest from Orji Kalu. Wonders shall never end. Just like I said, from the beginning of this news, like I always say, and everybody knows about it, we have laws in this country, but the laws are for the commoners, not for them. You can imagine the audacity. And from this news now, on the 23rd of this month, by next week, we are going to know, which is going to be a Monday. The lawyers will know their fate, whether a convicted person can be granted bail, because if in as much you have been granted bail, definitely you are not supposed to be on bail. For the fact that you are appealing the whole thing, it's because of all these big men. They are the one that will appeal now. This is a commoner now. Nobody's going to hear anything, and that is why you see that anything goes when it comes to all these people who assume to be big men. Who made them big men? You stole from people and you call yourself big man. Majority of them, they are stealing from the masses. Like this man, he has been convicted. He stole from the masses and he is calling himself a big man. So nobody should come and tell us, oh, he had made his money. If really he had made his money before coming to government, then why would he steal the people's money? Because it would be assumed that he had the money before coming. That means he never had money before coming into government. We can argue it anyhow you want to argue it. And the truth of the matter is that he's been convicted that he stole the money, he diverted the public fund. Somebody who already has money would not want to go, to look other people's things. Of course, that some people are so greedy. Irrespective of what they have, they still want to put eye on other people's property. So that being said, this man now wants laws to be changed. Of course, anything can happen in this country now. Is it not the judiciary, Nigeria judiciary? Oh God, forget all of those things. They are the one, they will tweet, and that is why they don't want to, try to look into our constitution and our laws, because it's really, really faulty. They don't want to, because of all those loopholes. You will see all these lawyers coming to try to hinge on all of those loopholes, so that all these corrupt leaders, politicians, they will have their way. And now he wants to bend the whole thing. And let's see on the 23rd whether they are going to grant him bail. And like the EFCC has said, there's a hospital, the prison has the hospital facility there. Let him go and use it. And the case is that, I was even saying in one of my videos that if really he had done well, that if it is possible that, okay, they just want him to go and get himself treated, he should go and use one of the hospitals that he built in Abia State while he was a governor. Every now and then he'll be running abroad. They will be running abroad. You can imagine that these people are really selfish. The same thing, all of them, from A to Z, from the top to the bottom, all the politicians, they are the same. Of course, typical example is the president. Is there. It's not something that anyone is making up. They will tell you, buy Nigeria, grow Nigeria. They will never do that when it comes to them. So now, they are now bringing the herbalist. Really, he has the herbalist, yet he could not, he was always going abroad. So the herbalist has been healing him. And he said because of until that appeal, he wants to go and serve his people. You can imagine the audacity that these people have. The audacity that they have. How will this country move forward? Ask me. Or tell me, how will this country move forward with this kind of attitude? With this kind of attitude? that these people always portray, because they believe that they are above everybody, they are above even God, even the way they behave. After stealing people's money, you have the effrontery to tell us that you have a responsibility, you want to go back to the Senate because your people are missing you. You can imagine. Evil men talk about herbalists and not God. God, you all will pay the price someday. Chai, but I pity this man. That's what somebody's saying here. So you can imagine that kind of audacity. He wants to go and continue his work until the appeal. He's been convicted. And let us see how they are going to go through with all of these things, whether they are going to release him on bail. He should go and use the clinic in that prison. That is how far they have gone. That is how far they have degraded this country on every side. Let him go and use the hospital. He's now advocating for herbalists. You can imagine. No wonder shall never end in this country. So guys, let's hear your own take concerning all of this. Thank you very much. Bye.